Chosen one, this moment you are experiencing is unlike any other. God has intentionally paused everything to speak directly to you. This is not a coincidence, nor is it an accident that you are hearing this message right now. God has orchestrated this moment with divine precision, knowing that you are ready for what is about to unfold. There is a sense of urgency in the air. He has arrested this moment because he has something vital to say to you. This is not a fleeting moment. It is a divine intersection, a time when everything aligns and the door to your next season is wide open. You may not fully understand why you're here, but God has made it clear that you are being drawn into a powerful shift. The moments of struggle, the times of waiting, the seasons of feeling stuck, they were not in vain. God used every one of those moments to prepare you for this very point in time. This is the moment where everything changes. The waiting is over. The dreams you've whispered in prayer, the desires you've long carried in your heart, and the silent tears you've shed in frustration, those things are no longer dormant. They are moving now. The divine shift that you've been waiting for is unfolding before your eyes, and it's happening faster than you can imagine. The reason you must pay close attention to this message is because it is time sensitive. This is not a call for encouragement alone. It is not a call to make you feel better about where you are. No, this is a warning from God, and it carries weight. He is not asking you to wait any longer. This is not a moment to delay or second guess. The urgency is not out of fear or panic, but out of love for you. A love that refuses to see you miss the extraordinary plans He has set in motion for your life. Think about it. God, the creator of the universe, who holds time in His hands, has intentionally paused everything around you to speak into your life at this very moment. Imagine how deeply He values you and your purpose for Him. This is a call for you to stop, to listen, and to act. He has placed you in this moment for such a time as this. You are no longer standing at the edge of uncertainty, wishing and hoping for something to change. This is the moment where change happens, where divine doors open, and where the shift you've longed for comes into fruition. You are being invited to step forward into something greater than you can currently comprehend. This shift is not just an external change, it's an internal one as well. God is calling you to align your heart, your mind, and your actions with His purpose for your life. The timing is critical, and you must choose whether to embrace this divine moment or let it pass you by. This message is here to awaken you, to stir something inside of you that has been dormant, waiting for the right moment to spring forth. That moment is now. God is calling you to step into the fullness of His plan, and He's asking you to do so with urgency. This is a moment that demands your attention. It requires action, not passivity. God is not calling you to sit back and wait for things to unfold on their own. No, He is calling you to move, to align yourself with His will, and to take the next step in faith. The shift that is happening in your life is not just a small adjustment. It is a divine reset, a recalibration of your entire purpose. And this reset can only happen when you respond in faith, trusting that God's plan for you is far greater than anything you could have ever imagined for yourself. So what are you going to do with this moment? Are you going to let it pass by, or will you lean in trust and take the step forward that God is calling you to take? Understand that hesitation could cause you to miss the divine window that is now open. The opportunities that are presenting themselves are not just coincidental. They are part of God's perfect timing, designed specifically for you. And to miss them would be to miss the purpose that God has been preparing you for all this time. The choice is yours, but I urge you, don't let this moment slip away. God is speaking to you directly, and He is calling you to act. The divine shift is already happening, and it's time for you to step into it with confidence and faith. This moment is unlike any other in your life. It is crucial because it carries the weight of divine significance. God has paused everything to make sure you understand that this is not just another moment, it is the moment. This is your wake-up call, a call that demands your full attention, your immediate response, and your unwavering commitment. Ignoring it or dismissing it could lead to missed opportunities, delayed blessings, and the forfeiture of what God has been preparing for you. That when God stops everything to speak directly to you, it's It's because he sees what you cannot yet see. He knows what lies ahead, and he is calling you to act now. Ignoring his timing or hesitating to step forward in faith may prevent you from aligning with the divine purpose he has designed for your life. This is not a trivial matter. It has eternal significance. If you let this moment pass without recognizing the urgency and responding, you risk remaining stuck in the same patterns, unable to move forward. You may miss out on doors that are opening, on opportunities to fulfill your calling, and on the transformation that God is ready to bring into your life. This is the moment that defines what comes next in your life. The urgency of God's call cannot be overstated. What you do with this opportunity will shape your future in ways you may not even fully understand yet. When God pauses everything to speak directly to you, he's offering you a chance for transformation, for realignment with his divine purpose. But with that opportunity comes a responsibility, the responsibility to respond with faith and action. God doesn't call us to remain passive. He calls us to move, to act, to step into the life he's been preparing for us. The moment you find yourself in right now is not one you can afford to miss. It is an invitation to take hold of what he has set before you. And that invitation comes with a promise. If you respond, he will guide you, he will empower you, and he will equip you for what lies ahead. You may feel unsure, unprepared, or even overwhelmed by the weight of this call. But understand this, God never calls us to do something without providing what we need to accomplish it. He has already prepared you, equipped you with everything you need to step into his plan. The only thing left is your willingness to say yes and take that first step. You don't need to have all the answers right now. What you need is the courage to move forward in faith, trusting that God will reveal what's next as you go. This moment is also significant because it is a reminder that God's timing is always perfect. We often get caught up in our own sense of timing, thinking that we should have more time or that we're not ready yet. But God knows exactly when the right time is, and he has chosen this moment for you to act. The doors that have been closed are now opening, and God is calling you to walk through them with confidence. Don't allow doubt, fear, or past disappointments to hold you back. God has already made a way for you, and he's asking you to trust him enough to take that step of faith. Inaction, hesitation, or waiting for a more convenient time can rob you of the blessings that God has set aside for you. There's no guarantee that this exact opportunity will come around again. The windows of divine opportunity are often fleeting. If you choose not to act, now you risk missing out on the transformation that's waiting for you. You risk delaying your progress, prolonging the fulfillment of your divine purpose. The longer you wait to take that step, the longer you delay the breakthrough God has promised. The longer you hesitate, the further you are from the path he's calling you to walk. So what is holding you back? Is it fear? Is it insecurity? Is it the uncertainty of the future? God has already accounted for every doubt and every fear. He knows exactly where you are in this moment, and he knows what you need. His call is not a mistake, and he is more than capable of guiding you through every obstacle. All he's asking for is your trust. Trust that his timing is perfect. Trust that he has already prepared you for this moment. Trust that he will be with you every step of the way. Understand that this call is not only about your personal growth and fulfillment, it's about the impact you can have on others. The decisions you make now will ripple out beyond your life. Your obedience can open doors for others, inspire those around you, and lead people toward the light of God's love. Your journey is not just about you. It's about the kingdom of God and how you can contribute to his plan on earth. When you step into the life God has prepared for you, you become part of a bigger story, a story that includes everyone around you. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back from embracing the future God has for you. This is your moment to step out in faith. This is your moment to act on what God is stirring in your heart. You are not here by accident, and you are not reading these words by chance. This is God speaking directly to you, inviting you to take part in something greater than you can imagine. The time to act is now. So what does this next step look like for you? For some, it may mean making a decision to follow a calling that has been on your heart for a long time, but has felt too big, too daunting. For others, it may mean letting go of past regrets or fears and stepping into a new chapter of your life. Whatever it looks like for you, know that God is already waiting for you to take that first step. He has prepared the way. All you need to do is walk through the door. He is opening for you. In this moment, there is grace, there is mercy, there is power, and there is hope. God is not asking you to have it all figured out. He's asking you to trust Him. He's asking you to walk in faith, knowing that He will lead you, guide you, and equip you along the way. The moment you step forward in obedience, you will find that the path becomes clearer. You will experience His presence in a new way, and you will find the strength and courage you need to keep moving forward, no matter what challenges come your way. This is your time. This is your moment to align with God's purpose and step into the life He has been preparing for you. Do not let this opportunity slip by. The doors are opening, the time is now, and God is waiting for you to walk through them with faith and courage. Take that step today and watch as God unfolds the incredible future He has planned for you. What God is doing in your life is unfolding faster than you may have anticipated. The shift that you've been waiting for, the change that you've longed for, is no longer a distant dream or something far off in the future. It's happening now. You may have spent years waiting, hoping, or praying for things to change, but God is making it clear that the waiting season is over. What once felt blocked or delayed is now moving at a pace that might catch you off guard. Doors that you had stopped checking, opportunities you thought were gone forever, are now opening quickly, almost effortlessly. The speed at which these doors are opening is a testament to the divine timing of God. When He says it's time, everything aligns rapidly. What seemed like obstacles in your path are now being removed. What seemed like a hopeless situation is now being filled with hope and possibility. But this rapid shift requires your readiness. You must be alert and prepared to step into what God is unfolding for you. Because if you wait too long or hesitate, those doors could close just as quickly as they opened. This is your moment to move swiftly and decisively, to walk through those doors of opportunity with faith and confidence. The divine timing is moving, and you must respond accordingly. The rapid pace of change that you are experiencing right now is not a coincidence. It is a divine orchestration. God has been preparing you for this very moment, and He has set everything in motion. The seasons of waiting, the moments of struggle, and the periods of feeling stuck were not in vain. Every single experience, every trial, and every moment of prayer has been preparing you to step into the shift that is unfolding right now. The prayers you have whispered in secret are now coming into the open, and God is honoring your faithfulness in ways you may not have imagined. This is a time of breakthrough. This is a time when the impossible becomes possible, and what once seemed blocked or unreachable is now within your grasp. But with this opportunity comes a responsibility. You cannot afford to be passive or hesitate in the face of what God is doing. The shift that is happening now is not just about what God is doing for you. It's about what He is doing through you. His plans for your life are unfolding, and you have a vital role to play in what comes next. The doors that are opening before you are not ordinary doors. They are the doors that lead to your divine purpose. They are the doors that lead to the destiny that God has been preparing you for all along. But in order to walk through them, you must be willing to act. This is not a time to wait for the perfect moment or to second-guess what God is doing. This is a time to step forward in faith, knowing that He is already guiding you, already providing for you, and already clearing the path. God's timing is impeccable, and when He opens a door, He expects us to walk through it with confidence and courage. It is easy to become overwhelmed by the rapid pace of change, to feel like things are happening too fast or that you are not ready. But understand, this God has already equipped you for this moment. You may not feel prepared, but He has been preparing you in ways you cannot see. Your experiences, your lessons, your heartaches, they have all been part of the process. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. He has already placed everything inside you that you need to step into the next phase of your journey. As you stand at the threshold of these new opportunities, it is crucial that you do not allow fear, doubt, or insecurity to hold you back. The enemy will try to make you feel unworthy or unprepared, but you must remember that God does not make mistakes. He has called you for such a time as this, and He will give you everything you need to succeed. This is not about your ability, it's about your obedience. God does not call us to be perfect. He calls us to trust Him and take that first step of faith. The speed at which these doors are opening is a clear sign that this is a season of divine acceleration. What once took years of waiting preparation and struggle is now happening quickly. But in order to keep pace with what God is doing, you must remain focused and committed. This is not a time to look back or second-guess your choices. It is a time to press forward with confidence, knowing that God is already at work ahead of you, clearing the way and making provision for every step you take. You may be feeling a mix of excitement and fear right now, and that is completely normal. Change can be daunting, especially when it happens so quickly. But trust that God is with you in every moment of this transition. He has already gone before you, and He will continue to guide you with His steady hand. The doors that are opening are not just opportunities, they are a fulfillment of the promises that God has made to you. They are part of His divine plan for your life, and He will see it through to completion. As you step forward, remember that you are not alone. God is walking with you every step of the way, providing everything you need to succeed. This is your time to shine, to step into your calling, and to embrace the future that God has prepared for you. The doors are opening, and you have the opportunity to walk through them with faith, courage, and confidence. Do not hesitate. Do not allow the fear of the unknown to hold you back. Take that step forward and trust that God is right there with you, guiding you, protecting you, and leading you into the fulfillment of His promises. The divine timing that is unfolding in your life right now is no accident. It is part of God's perfect plan for you. And as you walk through these doors, you will see how everything that has happened in your life has been leading you to this moment. God's plan is bigger than you can imagine, and what He is about to do in your life will exceed your expectations. This is just the beginning. The shift that is happening now is only the start of something greater. Keep moving forward, keep trusting God, and keep walking in faith. The doors are open, and your future is waiting. Trust in God's timing, and step into the purpose He has for you. Let's be clear. This message is not just meant to motivate you for the day or give you temporary encouragement. It's a wake-up call to align yourself with God's timing and His plan for your life. This is a moment of spiritual urgency. The shift that is happening right now is not something you can afford to ignore or delay. It is not about feel-good words or motivational quotes. It is about divine destiny being realized in your life. God's timing is always perfect, but it requires your active participation. This isn't about waiting for everything to be perfectly clear or comfortable before you move. It's about stepping out in faith and trusting that God has already set everything in motion. The window of opportunity is open now, but if you hesitate, if you wait for the perfect moment, you may find that it closes just as quickly as it opened. This is a call to action, a call to stay aligned with God's will and timing, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. So ask yourself, will you stay alert and responsive, or will you miss this critical moment because of fear, hesitation, or complacency? God is urging you to step forward in faith. The time is now, and the consequences of ignoring this moment could be greater than you realize. Trust in God's plan, align with His timing, and take action while the doors are open. This is the beginning of something new, and it's time for you to walk through it, that this is a defining moment for you. God has set this moment before you for a reason. This is not a passing thought or a fleeting inspiration. It is a divine moment meant to shift the course of your life. The window of opportunity is wide open, but it requires your immediate response. You have been given a choice. Will you take a step forward in faith, or will you let fear, hesitation, or complacency keep you in the same place God's plan for your life has always been, in motion. You may have felt like you've been waiting for things to fall into place, or like the pieces of your life have not yet aligned. But now, in this moment, everything is coming together. God's timing is perfect, but it is crucial that you act in the time He has set. This is not the moment for second guessing or waiting for external circumstances to change. The moment to act is now. When God opens doors, He expects us to step through them in faith, even if we cannot see the full picture. The path ahead may not always be clear, and you may not have all the answers right away. But God has already equipped you with everything you need to take the next step. The fear of the unknown, the uncertainty of what lies ahead might tempt you to pause, to wait for more confirmation. But understand, this faith is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly where the road leads. Faith is about trusting God even when we cannot see the full path ahead. It is about trusting His plan and knowing that He is guiding each step. If you hesitate or allow doubt to creep in, you risk missing out on what God is preparing for you. The doors that God is opening before you are not just about opportunities, they are about destiny. What lies behind those doors is the fulfillment of God's promises for your life. But just as God opens doors, He can also close them. If you wait too long, if you allow yourself to remain stagnant, those doors could close, and you could find yourself standing in the same place, wondering where the opportunity went. This moment is one of divine timing. It's a shift that is happening faster than you realize, and God is asking you to be alert, to be responsive, and to trust Him in the process. Just as God moved quickly in the lives of biblical figures when the Israelites were called to move out of Egypt, or when Jesus called His disciples to follow Him, He is calling you now, in this moment, to move forward. There will never be a perfect time, and if you wait for things to be just right, you will miss the opportunity God is placing before you. This is about more than just personal growth or achievement. It's about aligning yourself with God's greater purpose. Your obedience today impacts not just your future, but the lives of those around you. God has placed you where you are for a reason, and His plan is bigger than you can imagine. This moment is about more than just your individual success. It's about stepping into the role God has for you in His kingdom, serving others, and fulfilling the divine purpose He has set before you. The choice is yours. Will you step forward and trust God's timing, or will you hold back and allow fear or uncertainty to keep you from walking into your destiny? God's timing is perfect, but you must actively participate in His plan. He is waiting for you to respond with faith, and the doors that are opening are part of a larger divine orchestration that is unfolding right now. The time is now. There is no more time to waste. The opportunities that are unfolding before you are the very opportunities you have been praying for, but you must act quickly. You must be intentional with your decisions and follow through on the call that God has placed on your life. Step forward in faith trust that God will lead you every step of the way and move confidently toward what He has prepared for you. The urgency of this moment is real, and the consequences of hesitation are greater than you may realize. God has prepared you for this moment, and it is time for you to walk into the fullness of what He has for you. The future you have been waiting for is here, and it is unfolding now. Trust God, step forward, and walk in the purpose He has set before you. This is your time. This is your moment. Don't let it pass by. As you move forward, remember that God's timing is perfect. He will provide what you need when you need it. He will guide you, protect you, and equip you every step of the way. This is the beginning of something new, and it is time for you to walk through the doors He is opening for you. Trust Him, obey His call, and step forward with confidence. The shift is happening now, and your divine destiny is waiting for you to claim it. God is calling you to act now. Don't wait any longer. Step into your destiny today. There is something profound happening in your life right now, an alignment that goes beyond what you can see on the surface. This is not just about adjusting to external circumstances, but about a deep spiritual realignment that is shifting the very foundation of who you are. This moment is a divine intervention, one that is recalibrating your spirit, your purpose, and your heart to align with God's will in a way that you may not have experienced before. You may have felt disconnected, lost, or even uncertain about your path. But now, in this very moment, God is drawing you back into alignment with the purpose He has for you. It's not just a matter of external success or timing, it's about the inner transformation that's taken place. This realignment is the process of recalibrating your life to be in perfect sync with God's divine plan. It may feel uncomfortable, even disruptive, but rest assured it is necessary. God is calling you to let go of what has held you back and to embrace the purpose He has set before you. This realignment is deeply spiritual. It involves the reshaping of your desires, your priorities, and your mindset. What was once important may now seem insignificant, and what seemed unclear is now beginning to make sense. God is moving in ways that you may not yet fully understand, but this shift is a pivotal step toward fulfilling the destiny He has placed in you. Now is the time to embrace this realignment, to trust in God's process, and to allow Him to move you closer to His perfect will. As you embrace this realignment, it's essential to understand that it's not a one-time event. It's a continuous journey of growth, understanding, and transformation. God is not only realigning your external circumstances, but is also refining the deepest parts of your soul. You may feel the tension between where you've been and where you are being called to go, but it's in this tension that growth occurs. Like a plant that must stretch and break through the soil to reach the light, you too are being shaped and stretched in ways that will strengthen you for the journey ahead. This spiritual realignment involves more than just adjusting your actions or making surface-level changes. It requires a complete shift in your heart and mind, a surrender of your desires, plans, and timelines in favor of God's perfect will. It may feel difficult at times, but know that this process is for your ultimate good. The discomfort you experience is not a sign of something going wrong. It's the necessary process of being molded into the person God has always known you to be. You may have moments of doubt where you question whether you're on the right path or if you've missed the mark. These feelings are natural, but they do not define your journey. In those moments, remember that God is in control and He is leading you exactly where you need to go. It's important to trust that His timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with your own expectations. His plans are far greater than anything you could imagine. And as you continue to surrender to His will, you will begin to see how each piece of the puzzle fits together in ways that will leave you in awe. This realignment is not a passive process. It requires action on your part. You must actively choose to cooperate with God's plan, trusting that He will guide you step by step. Sometimes that means taking steps into the unknown, stepping away from the familiar and comfortable, and leaning into the uncomfortable places where God is calling you. This is where faith is activated. It's in these moments of uncertainty that you are invited to trust God more deeply and rely on His wisdom rather than your own understanding. Moreover, the realignment process is deeply personal. God's plan for your life is tailored specifically to you, and the changes He is making in you are designed to unlock your full potential. As you allow Him to transform your desires, your goals, and your dreams, you will begin to see how your life story fits into His greater narrative. The realignment isn't just about where you are now, but about preparing you for the future. He has planned for you a future that is brighter, more purposeful, and more aligned with His kingdom than anything you could have imagined on your own. This is a moment of invitation, a moment where God is calling you to trust Him like never before. He is realigning you, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of those around you. The transformation that is happening within you is meant to overflow into the lives of others to bring light, hope, and healing to a world that desperately needs it. Your realignment is not just for your personal growth, it is for the fulfillment of God's greater purpose on earth. It's time to let go of the things that have been holding you back. The fears, the doubts, the insecurities, and the attachments to the past. These are the things that prevent you from stepping into the fullness of what God has for you. Allow God to cleanse and purify you, to remove anything that is hindering your growth in alignment with His perfect will. Surrender it all to Him knowing that He is doing a new thing in your life, and it is far better than anything you could have planned on your own. Trust in this process. Trust in God's timing. Trust in His plan for you. As you move forward in this realignment, remember that you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way, guiding, supporting, and empowering you to become the person He created you to be. Even in the moments of uncertainty and struggle, know that He is working behind the scenes to bring about His perfect plan. The realignment you are experiencing is leading you to a place of greater purpose, deeper intimacy with God, and a life that is fully aligned with His kingdom. Now is the time to embrace this new season. Let go of what's behind and step boldly into the future God has for you. As you do, you will experience a deep sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that you are walking in His will and fulfilling the divine purpose He has set before you. The realignment may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Trust that God is with you and that He is making everything work together for your good. You are on the right path. This is no coincidence. This moment is part of a divine intervention orchestrated by God Himself. You may not have realized it, but God has been protecting you all along, and now He is guiding you into a place of greater clarity, peace, and purpose. This divine intervention is meant to keep you from wandering off course, to ensure that you are not led astray by distractions, doubts, or fears. God is stepping into your life in a way that is intentional and purposeful. His intervention is not a random act, but a careful and deliberate plan to keep you aligned with His will. He is protecting you from things you cannot yet see, dangers, detours, and distractions that could lead you away from your true path. His guidance is like a lighthouse in the storm, leading you to safety, to clarity, and to your divine purpose. The speed at which things are changing may feel overwhelming, but remember, it's all part of God's plan to help you move forward. He is not only guiding you through the shifts in your life, but also preparing you for what's to come. Trust that His intervention is not just about protection, but also about leading you into a season of blessing and purpose. His love for you is so great that He will never let you go without guiding you through the necessary transitions and preparing you for the future He has for you. God's intervention is often subtle yet deeply transformative. It might not always come in dramatic ways, but the impact is undeniable. Sometimes we think that when God steps in, it should be a big, loud shift. But often, it's in the quiet moments, the gentle nudges, and the unexpected opportunities that God moves most profoundly. His interventions aren't just about removing obstacles. They are about setting you on a course that leads to the life He has always intended for you. You may have found yourself in moments of struggle, questioning why things haven't fallen into place the way you expected. You might have felt frustrated or confused by the delays, the setbacks, or the seasons of waiting. However, in all those moments, God has been at work. He has been guiding, protecting, and preparing you for what lies ahead. Every challenge, every delay, and every time you thought you were stuck was a part of the process. It was God's protection at work, steering you away from things that were not meant for you, and preparing your heart, mind, and spirit for the blessings that were just around the corner. Now, as the changes begin to accelerate in your life, don't fear the speed at which things are moving. What may have seemed like a slow or stagnant period is suddenly turning into a season of rapid growth and opportunity. These shifts, though they might seem overwhelming, are part of God's intentional plan to move you into the next phase of your life. It is a phase where clarity, peace, and purpose will become more evident. You are stepping into a new season of alignment with God's will, and the speed at which this is happening is because God is moving swiftly to bring everything into place. In the past, you may have felt uncertain about where your life was heading. Perhaps you've questioned whether you were on the right path, or if the promises God has given you would ever come to pass. But now, with His intervention, God is revealing that the time has come for you to walk confidently in His plan. The blessings, the opportunities, and the purpose you've longed for are now moving toward you at a rapid pace. This is not the time to doubt or hesitate. This is the moment to step forward in faith, trusting that God is leading you exactly where you need to be. God is also using this season of acceleration to build your faith and trust in Him. It may feel like everything is happening all at once, but it's important to remember that God is not rushing you. He is preparing you for what's to come. Just like a gardener plants seeds and carefully nurtures them, God has been working behind the scenes, planting seeds of purpose and faith in your life. Now He is preparing you to step into the fullness of His plan. These shifts are necessary for you to grow into the person He has called you to be. They are a sign that you are on the right track, moving in the direction that aligns with God's will. The beauty of God's intervention is that it's never about forcing you into something you're not ready for. His interventions come at the perfect time when you are ready to receive what He has prepared for you. There may be moments of doubt, or you may feel unprepared for the changes that are happening, but remember that God has been preparing you all along. You are ready for what's coming, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. He's been building your character, your strength, and your trust in Him. And now He's opening doors for you to walk through. As you step into this season of divine intervention, remember that it is not just about what God is doing for you, but also about what He is doing in you. The internal shifts, your spiritual growth, your deepening faith, your increased trust are just as important as the external changes that are happening. God is aligning your heart with His preparing you to walk boldly in the purpose He has for you. And while you may not fully see the bigger picture, yet trust that He is revealing it to you step by step. As you continue to move forward, you will gain greater clarity and understanding of how all the pieces of your life are fitting together. One of the most important aspects of this divine intervention is that it is meant to bring you peace. Even though the speed at which things are moving may feel overwhelming at times, you can trust that God's peace will guide you through it all. His peace is not just the absence of turmoil. It is the deep assurance that no matter how fast things change or how uncertain the future seems, God is in control. He will provide the wisdom, the guidance, and the strength you need to navigate this season and to step boldly into the life He has planned for you. You are not walking through the season alone. God is with you every step of the way, and He is working in ways that you cannot yet fully see. This is a time of divine realignment, of transformation, and of stepping into the fullness of your purpose. It may feel uncomfortable, and you may face challenges along the way, but know that God is using these moments to strengthen you and prepare you for what's next. His hand is on your life, and He is leading you to a place of greater blessing, clarity, and purpose. So, as you experience this acceleration in your life, trust God's timing and His plan. Embrace the shifts that are happening, knowing that they are all part of His divine intervention. And remember, His love for you is immeasurable. He is working in your life because He wants to see you fulfill the purpose He has for you. As you walk in faith and trust, you will see the doors that God has opened for you, and you will step into a future that is filled with His goodness, His grace, and His love. Stay aligned with His will and know that this divine intervention is just the beginning of what He is about to do in and through your life. In this moment, God is addressing you directly. This is not a passive message for the world at large. It is a specific call meant for you. God has paused everything to speak into your life right now, because He knows exactly where you are and what you need. He is not distant or detached from your situation. He is close, intimately aware of every challenge you're facing, and deeply invested in the unfolding of your story. This is not a moment to ignore or brush off. This is a pivotal moment that will define your future and your alignment with God's divine plan. God is speaking with urgency, love, and clarity. His voice is calling you into a new season of transformation, one where His will for your life becomes clearer, more attainable, and more aligned with His eternal purpose. This is a call to action, a call to respond with faith, obedience, and trust in His timing. Recognize that God is addressing your heart directly. This is a divine invitation to align yourself with His purpose, to trust that His plan for you is unfolding perfectly, and to step into the transformation that awaits. This moment is not to be taken lightly. It's a significant turning point, one that carries the weight of divine calling and purpose. Step into it with confidence, knowing that God is guiding and protecting you as He ushers you into the next phase of your journey. God, quote S call, is always purposeful, and right now, He is not just speaking to you for the sake of speaking. This is not a passing thought or a casual word. It is a divine invitation to step into a new chapter, to align yourself with the grand design He has for your life. While the world may feel overwhelming at times with distractions pulling you in every direction, God's voice cuts through the noise with crystal clear clarity. He is calling you to focus, to listen, and to respond. This moment is a gift. It may feel like a disruption, an interruption in your regular routine, but in reality, it is a divine orchestration. Just as a skilled conductor orchestrates every note in a symphony, God is guiding every aspect of your life with perfect precision. The season you are in now, though it may have its challenges, is exactly where you need to be. God has been preparing you, shaping you, and refining you to align with His greater plan. The struggles and setbacks you have faced were not in vain. They were stepping stones to this divine moment. This is why God is speaking so clearly to you right now. He sees you, He knows your heart, and He knows exactly what lies ahead. His plan for you is not just about what you do, but about who you are becoming. The transformation He is guiding you through is not just external. It is an internal work that will shape your character, deepen your faith, and equip you for the mission He has called you to fulfill. He is inviting you to move beyond the limitations and fears that have held you back, to trust Him fully, and to step into the fullness of what He has prepared for you. But the key to stepping into this new season is responding to His call with an open heart. You are being asked to let go of your own plans, your own timing, and your own understanding of how things should unfold. This is a season of surrender, of trusting that God knows better than you do, and that His timing is perfect, even when it doesn't make sense. Just as a seed must be buried in the soil and wait in the dark for the right time to sprout, so too must you trust that God is working in the unseen, preparing you for the breakthrough that is just around the corner. God's voice is not to be feared. It is to be embraced. While His call may seem daunting at times, it is a call to a deeper purpose, a higher calling, and a greater destiny. You are not being asked to do this alone. God's presence is with you every step of the way. His guidance is steady, His wisdom is unshakable, and His love for you is unwavering. When you respond to His call, you are not walking into the unknown. You are walking into the fullness of His plan for your life, and there is no greater place to be. This is a call to faith, to action, and to transformation. Don't let this moment pass you by. Don't allow the distractions, the doubts, or the fears to keep you from stepping into the next chapter of your life. The door is open and the opportunity is before you, but it requires your active participation. God has laid the path, and now it's time for you to walk it. Step forward in faith, knowing that every step you take in obedience will lead you closer to the fulfillment of your divine purpose. As you step into this new season, remember that God is always ahead of you. He goes before you to prepare the way, clearing obstacles and making a path straight. When you follow His lead, you are walking in divine alignment, and the doors that once seemed closed will suddenly open wide. The people, the resources, the opportunities that are meant for you will align with God's timing, and you will be in the right place at the right time. But this transformation is not just about receiving blessings. It's about becoming who God has called you to be. The real work is the inner work, the transformation that happens in your heart, mind, and spirit. It's about shedding the old habits, mindsets, and patterns that have held you back and stepping into the new identity that God has already given you. You are no longer defined by your past mistakes, your limitations, or your fears. You are defined by God's purpose for your life, and He is calling you to live in the fullness of that purpose. This is your moment to shine. This is the time to step out of the shadows of self-doubt and into the light of God's purpose. The shift that is happening in your life right now is not a coincidence. It is a divine invitation to step into the future that God has prepared for you. Trust Him, follow His lead, and allow His transformative work to take root in your life. This is the moment where everything changes, and you are about to walk into the most powerful season of your life. Remember, the moment you step into alignment with God's purpose, the world around you shifts. The peace that once eluded you will settle deep within your soul. The clarity you've been searching for will be revealed, and the doors that once seemed closed will swing wide open. This is the divine intervention you've been waiting for, and it's happening right now. Now is the time to respond. This is your moment of divine purpose. Trust God, step forward in faith, and allow Him to lead you into the transformation that is waiting for you. His voice is calling, and it's up to you to listen. Embrace this divine invitation and walk boldly into the future He has prepared for you. Now is the appointed time for you to step forward into the calling God has for you. This is not just another opportunity. It is a divine moment that has been set apart, orchestrated by God Himself. He has been preparing you for this time, and everything you have gone through has been part of His plan to bring you to this moment. God's call is not something to delay or put off. It is a call to immediate action. The path you are meant to walk is open before you, and this is the time to walk through it with confidence. The world may try to distract you, and your own doubts may try to hold you back, but God's voice is clear, and His timing is perfect. His call is not a suggestion or a mere idea. It is a divine invitation for you to step into a new season, a season where His purpose for your life becomes more real and tangible than ever before. Ignoring this call, or waiting for a more convenient time, will only delay the blessings and the divine impact God has for you. This is the moment you have been waiting for, and it requires you to act now without hesitation. God has intentionally positioned you at the crossroads of your destiny, and now is the moment to take action. The divine timing you are experiencing right now is no accident. Every challenge, every setback, every triumph has led you here, and God has been preparing you for this season of purpose. He has placed you exactly where you are because He knows you are ready to fulfill the calling He has for you. It's easy to allow the noise of the world, the pressure of distractions, and the whispers of doubt to pull you away from God's call. You may question your ability or wonder if this moment is really for you. But God's call is not based on your qualifications, your experience, or even your ability to understand it all. It is rooted in His sovereignty and His perfect plan. He calls you not because of what you've done, but because of who He is and the purpose He has set for you. When God speaks, He doesn't just speak to your circumstances, He speaks to your spirit. And right now, your spirit is being stirred. This is the divine intervention you've been waiting for. The path ahead may not always seem clear, and it may require you to step out in faith, but trust that God has already prepared the way for you. He is opening doors that were once closed and bringing opportunities into your life that you could never have imagined. All He requires from you is that you step forward in obedience, trusting that He will guide you every step of the way. Do not let the fear of the unknown stop you. The future may feel uncertain, but remember, God has never failed you, and He will not start now. Every step you take in obedience is a step toward the life you were created for. And while the journey ahead may be difficult at times, know that God will be with you, providing the strength, wisdom, and grace you need to overcome any obstacle. This is your time to act, to seize the moment, and to step into the calling that God has placed on your life. Don't allow hesitation to rob you of the opportunities that are before you. Every moment you delay is a moment where you could be walking further away from what God has for you. Time is a precious gift, and God is calling you to use it wisely. It's easy to get caught up in waiting for the perfect moment, but often the perfect moment is now. God's timing is always perfect, but it's up to you to respond to it. He will not force you to move, but He is calling you to step out in faith, trusting that He will meet you where you are. You don't need to know every detail of the journey ahead. You simply need to trust God and take that first step. When you act in faith, you align yourself with God's will. And when you align yourself with His will, you align yourself with His divine purpose for your life. This is the time for transformation, for growth, and for stepping into everything God has prepared for you. You are not walking this path alone. God is with you every step of the way, guiding and protecting you as you move forward. The moment to act is now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Move forward with faith, knowing that God has gone before you and that His plans for your life are far greater than anything you could imagine. Take a deep breath, trust in His guidance, and step into the life He has designed for you. The doors are open, and it's time for you to walk through them. God's call is waiting for you, and this is your time to answer. Responding to God's call requires obedience and faith even when the path ahead is not entirely clear. It's easy to feel unsure about taking the next step, especially when we cannot see the whole picture. However, obedience is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly what will happen next. It's about trusting God's voice and stepping forward in faith, knowing that He will guide you every step of the way. Think of the many biblical figures who had to obey God despite uncertainty. Abraham, who left everything familiar to go to a land God would show him. Moses, who led the Israelites out of Egypt even though he wasn't sure of the outcome. Mary, the mother of Jesus, who accepted her divine role despite the risks and unknowns. In each of these cases, faith was the foundation of their obedience. They chose to trust God even when they didn't have all the details. Their faith activated their obedience, and through their willingness to move forward, God brought about incredible transformations. The same applies to you. You may not have all the answers, but when you choose to obey God and take that first step of faith, He will reveal more as you go. Your obedience to the call of God sets in motion the divine plan He has for you. When you step forward in faith, you open the door for God to move mightily in your life. Obedience to God is not about waiting for everything to fall into place or for the path ahead to be perfectly clear. It's about trusting that God knows what He is doing and that He has a plan for your life, even when you can't see the whole picture. Obeying God requires a leap of faith, one that is not based on complete understanding, but on complete trust in His timing and His wisdom. Just like those in the Bible, your act of faith, even in the face of uncertainty, will bring about results far greater than you could imagine. Consider Abraham's journey. God called him to leave everything he knew, his homeland, his family, and his security, and go to a land that God would show him. Abraham didn't have a map or a clear destination in mind. All he had was God's word, and he chose to obey without knowing exactly what awaited him. His faith in God's promise drove his obedience, and as a result, Abraham became the father of many nations. His story teaches us that sometimes the first step of obedience is all that is required, and it is through that step that God unfolds the next part of the plan. Moses also faced an uncertain future when God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. At the time, Moses was far from confident in his ability. He questioned his qualifications and feared that the Israelites would not listen to him. Yet despite his doubts, Moses obeyed God's call and stepped forward, trusting that God would equip him for the task. Through his obedience, the Israelites were freed, and Moses played a pivotal role in God's plan for His people. His story reminds us that God often calls us to do things that feel bigger than our capabilities, but it's not about our abilities. It's about God's strength and provision working through us. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was another example of obedience and faith. When the angel Gabriel appeared to her and told her she would conceive the Son of God, Mary didn't fully understand the weight of what was being asked of her. She was a young, unmarried woman living in a society where such a pregnancy could have led to scandal, disgrace, and even death. But instead of rejecting the call, she responded with faith, saying, "I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled." Luke 1:38. Her willingness to obey, even in the face of great uncertainty and potential hardship, paved the way for the greatest miracle in history, the birth of Jesus Christ. Mary's obedience demonstrates how God can work wonders when we submit ourselves to His plan, even when we cannot see how it will unfold. Just like these biblical figures, you may not have all the answers right now. The path ahead may not be clear, and you may be filled with questions and uncertainty. But God is calling you to trust Him. Your act of obedience, even in the unknown, will open doors that God has been preparing for you. The next step may not always be comfortable, but when you take it in faith, God will guide you, just as He guided Abraham, Moses, and Mary. You don't need to have everything figured out. You only need to be willing to trust God and move forward. As you step out in faith and obey God's call, you will begin to see how He works in your life. The more you obey, the more you will understand God's plan for you. Just as He revealed His purpose to Abraham step by step, and to Moses as he walked in obedience, He will reveal your purpose to you as you take that first step. The more you trust God, the more you will see His plan unfold in ways that surpass your expectations. Your obedience will activate God's power in your life, and He will use you in ways you never imagined. It's also important to remember that obedience is not a one-time act. It's a daily choice to align yourself with God's will. Just as Abraham, Moses, and Mary had to make decisions every day to follow God's call, you too will need to make choices to remain obedient and faithful. Each day, you will be presented with opportunities to follow God's voice. Every choice you make, big or small, either aligns you with God's purpose or takes you further from it. The more you choose to obey, the more you will experience God's presence and His power working in your life. Sometimes obedience will require sacrifice. It might mean stepping away from relationships, comfort, or security. It might mean taking a risk or doing something that feels uncomfortable. But just as God rewarded the obedience of those who came before you, He will reward your faithfulness. The sacrifices you make in obedience will lead to the fulfillment of God's divine plan for your life, and they will pale in comparison to the blessings and growth you will experience as you walk in His purpose. Obedience is not just about following rules. It's about aligning your heart with God's heart. It's about trusting that His plan for your life is far better than anything you could create on your own. As you walk in obedience, you are stepping into the fullness of the life God has designed for you. You are allowing Him to lead you into the purpose He has uniquely assigned to you. So take that step. Trust that God will guide you. His plan is already in motion, and your obedience is the key to unlocking it. When you move forward in faith, you are activating the power of God in your life, and He will lead you to places you never imagined. God's call is clear, and He is waiting for you to respond with obedience and faith. Trust in His timing and His guidance, and watch as He brings His purpose to fulfillment in your life.